Hello and welcome. You're watching News9 Live. My name is Pankaj Mishra and I'm joined by my colleague and a political editor of News9 Live, Brijesh Pandey. The man in the picture there, Arvind Kejriwal, someone would say he is a force to reckon with. Only 10 years into the existence, now Aam Aadmi Party is a national party, and close on the heels of becoming a national party, one of its members, one of its leaders, Gopal Rai, speaking to a daily, said that the party will now contest a limited number of seats in the upcoming 2024 general elections. He indicated, Gopal Rai, he said that AAP sees the BJP as its primary adversary in the election. And Rai also added that the stance would be determined over the next 6 to 7 months. So, Brijesh Pandey. Obviously, Brijesh, a cautious Aam Aadmi Party. I mean, what we saw, what we read about Gopal Rai, obviously looks like this time around, at least for 2024, they are keeping an eye on BJP, but not trying to punch above their weight.
Well, I won't call them cautious, but I would call them a pragmatic Aam Aadmi Party. Because, you know, once you fight election over something like, 400 seats or 350 seats, then you're stretching yourself too thin. Usually, if you go with the technique that, you only find out or do a survey and find out which all seats where you have potential to win, and then you put all your energy and zeal into those particular seats, often sees you getting or yielding good results. And this is exactly what Aam Aadmi Party is trying to do, because remember, they have become a national party, and they also know the fact that, it doesn't matter whether you have a government or presence in 10 states or 15 states. What it matters is how many Lok Sabha seats you have for you to be a serious player in the contention as far as 2024 is concerned. So I think if you look at the larger goal, the macro goal, which is making yourself or the party relevant in 2024, they have done this recalibration because they would want to go for only those seats where they will be in a position to win, or they will be in a position to give a good fight to whichever party they are up against. And that is a very good strategy if you look at it from an analyst point of view.
Right. Also, you're right, when it comes to the pragmatic part of it, obviously it's like a cricketer who might be hitting sixes and fours around the park, but when he approaches a century, then he becomes cautious. He goes, on a very defensive stand also at times. Now, for Aam Aadmi Party, do you believe that they have made it clear time and again that BJP is their primary adversary? To take on BJP, do you believe on the number of selected seats that AAP contests, do you believe they can give them a fight?
Well, I think, for Aam Aadmi Party, they have taken on Congress. They have definitely hurted the chance of, they have hurt the chances of Congress more than they have hurt the chances of BJP. In the state of Punjab, they defeated Congress Party. In the state of Gujarat, they ate into Congress Party vote, which saw the most weak Congress Party for a very, very long time, and also saw BJP performing, giving a performance which is still now the best performance today in the state of Gujarat. Delhi is the only exception, where they are taking on BJP and they are defeating BJP completely. So I think the bigger challenge is for the Congress Party, and they have shown a bigger success ratio whenever the Congress is their principal opposition party or they are fighting against the Congress Party than the BJP.
Right. Talking about election season and not mentioning alliance partners, or at least the search for it, Aam Aadmi Party now, because they have chosen to focus on a few seats only and not go all around, do you believe that the coalition aspect, the alliance partners too, would come in handy here?
Well, the alliance partner may come in handy, but I think, for the third front to form, there is a lot of ifs and buts involved. And they're serious ifs and buts. It's, the biggest is, what is the strategy you're going to fight? Then how many parties are willing to sacrifice states? For example, is the Congress willing to take a third seat, forget being in the second reckoning, when it comes to the state of Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and other key states? And where all is the Congress going to allow, other regional parties more say than them? Because, wherever Congress has allowed or wherever the regional parties have entered into a Congress terrain, the Congress has not been able to bounce back in those states. The example is Uttar Pradesh, example is Bihar, example is Delhi, the examples galore, in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana. So there's so many inherent contradictions, when it comes to formation of these, the third front to take on Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the BJP. I think, we have to see a lot of meetings and a lot of, deliberations to come to one point agenda where you can make an attempt to take on Prime Minister Narendra Modi. But I think not many will be willing to cede away an inch to the opposition party because they also know the future repercussions. For to get back that inch, you'll have to work triply hard.
Exactly.
So no party would want to do that.
Indeed, Brijesh, stay with us. We are also joined by Shaina NC of the BJP. Well, thank you so much, Shaina, for speaking to us and taking time out. As 2024 is inching closer, obviously, the BJP looks like is standing on one side of the platform and on the other is the rest of the political parties. Who joins hands remains to be seen. But how does BJP see this barrage of opposition coming in together and trying to take on the ruling party as of now in 2024?
First and foremost, let's understand that the Bharatiya Janata Party is the single largest party, not just in India, but world over. We have 11.5 crore members. So having the most charismatic leader is one part of the debate. Having the cadre is the other part of the debate. But having the voters' referendum is the most important part. And that happens because of a magical word called Narendra Modi ji. We know that how he has worked tirelessly for Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Prayas, not segregating on basis of caste, creed, community, but actually having a vision plan for the electorate of India. Now, you asked about the opposition, and rightly so.
Well, seems to be some internet issue there with Shaina's line. We'll try and get her back. But as Shaina was mentioning, yes, Shaina, please carry on.
I'm just making a limited point that we have the leader in Narendra Modi. We have the cadre, which is the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. And we have the voters' referendum. The voters love, the voters respect because of the work which has been done. You talk about regional parties and you talk about the Congress. What vision plan do they have? They come together on no agenda but the lust for power. The people of India realize that politics is about performance. If you perform, you will continue. If you don't, you will perish. So we can debate, but it is Narendra Modi and the Bharatiya Janata Party that is here to stay in 2024 too.
Shaina, hi, Brijesh Pandey this side. I just wanted to ask you a question, that in Delhi assembly seats and, many of these parties, assembly elections, they perform well. But like in the state of Delhi, where the BJP is roundly defeated by Aam Aadmi Party in assembly election. But when it comes to Lok Sabha, the score is completely different. It's 7-0, both in 14 and 19. So you see that these regional parties who are trying to come together to take on Bharatiya Janata Party, do you think assembly is going to be a completely different ball game and Lok Sabha a completely different ball game?
I think it's absolutely clear that in Lok Sabha the mandate is that for Prime Minister Modi. We've seen it time and again. You narrated the examples of Uttar Pradesh in the past. I would say go into other states too, and you will see that people only want a stable, good governance model, a development agenda that Prime Minister Modi has. Coming to the states, regional satraps apart, I think we need to understand that the vote share is very crucial, and that of the BJP, because of the kind of cadre we have and the popularity we have, only seems to be increasing day by day. So for those who try to, debate and say that, oh, it's going to be a different scenario when it's assembly polls, I would only want to say, never in the history of India has the Bharatiya Janata Party had so many states and alliances. And that seems to be only continuing as a case study. So irrespective, the mandate is for the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Modi.
But do you feel that, that one of the calibration of opposition parties is that they want to arithmetically take down the BJP? Where in the state of Uttar Pradesh, in the state of Bihar, the BJP is literally at the apogee of the number. I mean, 39 out of 40, and same case with Uttar Pradesh. what the theory of the opposition party is that even if we take down 20 seats in Bihar and 20-30 seats in the state of Uttar Pradesh, there'll be 50 seats less than what the BJP. Do you think this arithmetic is going to work, or it's going to be chemistry as we have seen in the case of Prime Minister Narendra Modi?
Gone are the days of arithmetics and all kinds of psephologists. This is the day and age of only one magical word, which is Narendra Modi. And that defies all these permutation combinations that psephologists speak of, that exit polls speak of, because we know that in the days to come, if people want to see the kind of development work, infrastructure work, opportunities in India, it can only happen through good governance and stability, and that the Bharatiya Janata Party is offering under the Prime Minister's leadership. So I'm very certain that the trickle-down effect, even in the states, will be that for the BJP.
Right, Saina, and also before we let you go, Pankaj, this side, the preparations in Karnataka too are going on right now, and the time that the BJP is taking very cautiously, very judiciously, allocating seats to its chosen members there. Do you believe that there is some sort of pressure on the BJP as far as the choice of seats is concerned?
So it's strange to ask this question as we are all in Karnataka campaigning for elections. But our party is a party of aspirational, party of opportunities, and there's so many new faces that have been given a chance. And I'm sure that these new faces will do justice to the vision plan of Prime Minister Modi. But more importantly, I can only assure you that on May 8th, when people come out to vote, they will realize that the corruption of certain elements that have been working in tandem with regional parties in the past is one option of seeing it, or the good governance and honesty of Prime Minister Modi is the other option on the other side, and they will clearly choose the BJP.
Right. Thank you so much, Saina, for speaking to us. And stay with us, if you may, please. Brijesh, obviously what Saina is mentioning here, we have seen the Aam Aadmi Party, which claims that the BJP is its primary adversary as far as the 2024 is concerned. But at the end, they turn up eating into the votes of Congress and inflicting damage to the Congress party. Do you believe that any cameo this time around also from the Aam Aadmi Party in 2024 could be interesting to see as far as the arithmetic is concerned?
Well, I think, one of the big reasons why they always go for BJP is that, it's for fantastic narrative that helps them build, the fight of David, the narration of David versus Goliath has a very good appeal amongst the voter, and they have their connect, as far as the voters of Delhi and Punjab is concerned. But, Lok Sabha election is a completely different ball game. The state, take for example Delhi, the state which gave Arvind Kejriwal 67 seats and BJP only 3 seats, or the state which gave Arvind Kejriwal 63 seats and only 6-7 seats to the BJP. When it came to Lok Sabha, it was 7-0-7-0.
Right.
So it was complete annihilation. And for these regional parties, for Aam Aadmi Party to be a party they have to have the number.
Right.
And it'll be very, very interesting to see, where all they put their might behind, because choosing those seats is going to be extremely important where they're going to win. Because if you don't have the numerical heft in 2024, once the ballots are counted, you will not be a player come what may.
And hence, this, the combination, the alliance, the arithmetic and all the jostling to find the right like-minded party could assume significance as we inch closer towards 2024. Tehseen Poonawalla joins us on the broadcast. Thank you so much, Tehseen. Always a pleasure to speak to you. Well, we are discussing how Aam Aadmi Party is making, as Brijesh puts, a pragmatic approach this time around for 2024. And choosing not to bite more than they can chew and contesting on very select few seats. How do you see that?
I think this is too early to speak about what the Aam Aadmi Party is going to do. They're absolutely going to contest in Delhi and Punjab. There is no two ways about it. But there will be a larger game of whether the Aam Aadmi Party will get into the opposition unity. We all are sort of trying to build some sort of a formulation there. And yesterday you saw the Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Ji, he met Arvind Kejriwal Ji. So a lot of permutations and combinations will work out eventually. So Aam Aadmi Party will have its aspirations. It's now a national party. So it will look at what it has to do. But I think we have to see it pragmatically as well for 2024.
Right. And we're talking about the kind of dent that Aam Aadmi Party ends up giving to the Congress Party. Well, the references that we have is for the state elections only. Do you believe that Congress needs to be very, or maybe in the days and months to come, try and side with Aam Aadmi Party? Do you see both of them coming together and others too?
No. So I'll tell you what Kapil Sibal said, and I think that's a great formula that Kapil Sibal has been advocating. What he's saying is, let us first come together on a larger, broader perspective. On a broader perspective, see who all are the political parties that come together on one large issue. And then within that large issue, you can subdivide onto areas, region, give and take, what is a final agreement, a final common minimum program. But there must be a larger, broader issue. So I think those processes and these talks, as your visuals are showing, Nitish ji and Tejaswi with Arvind Kejriwal ji and Sanjay Singh ji, have just begun. And yesterday, Nitish ji also met with Congress. The fulcrum will have to be Congress because it contests the bulk of the seats against the BJP, around which you will have certain give and take, certain regional aspirations. Let me go a step further from Aam Aadmi Party. Let's say you want to bring in the BRS into the fold, which is a Telangana-based party, but the Congress is the main rival to the BRS in Telangana. So how will the two political parties work it out while they keep their regional rivalry going? At a national level, they'll come together. So there will be certain contradictions. There'll be certain meeting of ideas. There'll be certain coming together. I think that will work out, and there will be senior leaders working it out. I like Kapil Sibal ji's idea.
Right. Also, in order to take on the BJP, obviously talking about Aam Aadmi Party and its choice of seats wouldn't be complete. Without mentioning the alliance partner that it chooses. Now, as far as the fulcrum, or the Congress being the fulcrum is concerned, the jury might be out there, Seem, on this very fact, because the role that Nitish Kumar is playing as of now, meeting Arvind Kejriwal, but separately meeting Rahul Gandhi, do you believe that someone else will have to play this sheet anchor role and bring all the voices together?
No. So Nitish ji is obviously speaking to people. But the sheet anchor role and the fulcrum will have to be the Congress. It's mathematically not possible for anyone else to be the fulcrum. Let's assume Mamta ji wants to be the fulcrum, or let's assume Nitish ji wants to be the fulcrum. Let's hypothetically say. But their parties only contest very limited seats, whether it's Bihar or West Bengal. Even if Nitish ji hypothetically were to win all 38 seats in Bihar, or Mamta ji were to win all 42 seats in West Bengal, even then, they don't have the numbers to be the center around which the other parties will come together. So 160 seats is a direct contest between the Congress and the BJP, and the Congress fights a number of other seats. So the center will have to be the Congress. Nitish ji can definitely be the face who talks to people, who talks to various alliance partners, tries and reaches out. That can happen. You can have various people doing that. But the fulcrum will have to be the Congress party around which this alliance will have to be built. That's how the mathematics works out.
Right. Tehseen, stay with us. So Brijesh is also there with us. Brijesh, your comments on what Tehseen projects as of now, obviously by the numbers, by the mathematics, obviously they are with Congress because of the size of the party. How do you see this whole arithmetic playing out in the run-up to the 2024 elections?
Well, arithmetically, what Kapil Sibal's formula is absolutely correct. I mean, you cannot find much fault with it. But the fact is that elections aren't basically purely arithmetic. And the fact of the matter is that, Congress, there's a direct fight between the BJP and Congress in 160 seats. And right now, from 2013 and onward, 2014 onward, whenever there's a fight between the BJP and the Congress party, the BJP has come up trumps in almost all the battle. So Congress is going to be one of the key weakest link as far as this entire opposition party unity or fighting together to take on Prime Minister Narendra Modi is concerned.
Right. Brijesh, sorry to interrupt you there. Sanjay Singh from Aam Aadmi Party is addressing the media. Let's listen in.
कि अमित अरोड़ा ने दिनेश अरोड़ा से जब ये ट्रांसफर की बात करी तो दिनेश अरोड़ा लिख रहा है कि मैंने इस बारे में ना डिप्टी सीएम से बात करी ना संजय सिंह से। ये देखिए, ये माननीय न्यायाधीश के सामने दिया गया दिनेश अरोड़ा का बयान है। दिनेश अरोड़ा कह रहा है कि मैंने इस बारे में ना डिप्टी सीएम से बात करी ना संजय सिंह से। आपके लीडर्स मेरे नॉलेज में लीकर कंजम्पशन के अगेंस्ट हैं, ये जोड़ रहा है। आपके नेता मेरी जानकारी के हिसाब से लीकर कंजम्पशन के अगेंस्ट हैं। ना डिप्टी सीएम पीते हैं ना संजय सिंह। ये बयान पढ़िए आप, इसकी कॉपी मैं आपको दूंगा अभी। देखिए कैसे झूठे केस बनाए। आगे लिख रहा है, अमित अरोड़ा इसको कह रहा है कि नए एक्साइज कमिश्नर आए हैं राहुल सिंह को इस सीट पर मैं लेकर आया, अमित अरोड़ा कह रहा है। और इसने अमित अरोड़ा ने राहुल सिंह से इनकी मुलाकात कराई, दिनेश अरोड़ा की, और फिर इसमें आगे तारीख दी हुई है। यह कह रहा है कि जब ये मुझे इंसिस्ट करने लगा कि आप डिप्टी सीएम से बात करिए, तो मैंने डिप्टी सीएम से कहा, तो डिप्टी सीएम ने कहा मैं देखता हूं। और 22-23 मार्च को राहुल सिंह का फोन आया कि आपका ट्रांसफर लेटर रूटीन वे में अप्रूव हो गया है। आपका ट्रांसफर लेटर रूटीन वे में, यानी कि पूरी प्रक्रिया का पालन करते हुए अप्रूव हो गया है। अब मैं भारत के प्रधानमंत्री से, देश की ईडी से, उन तमाम अधिकारियों से यह पूछना चाहता हूं कि किसके दबाव में, जब बयान में मेरा नाम नहीं, न्यायालय के सामने दिए गए बयान में मेरा नाम नहीं, ईडी के सामने दिए गए स्टेटमेंट में मेरा नाम नहीं, तो ईडी के अधिकारियों की हिम्मत कैसे हुई कि उन्होंने चार्जशीट में मेरा नाम लिखकर मुझे बदनाम करने की कोशिश की, मीडिया में मेरे खिलाफ खबरें चलवाई, भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोगों के द्वारा प्रायोजित पीसी कराई गई। और मैं आज इस प्रेस वार्ता के माध्यम से कहना चाहता हूं ईडी के अधिकारियों से कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने तो अपने लिए नियम बना लिया है, रिटायरमेंट की उम्र उनकी 75 साल है, लेकिन न्याय की प्रक्रिया में जब तुम लोग फंसोगे तो फिर दुनिया में कोई बचाने नहीं आएगा। ऐसे झूठे और बेबुनियाद काम मत करो, ऐसे फर्जी बदनाम करने की कोशिश मत करो। और इसलिए क्योंकि इस झूठे चार्जशीट के आधार पर मेरे खिलाफ टीवी चैनल पे खबर चली, मेरे खिलाफ भाजपाइयों ने प्रेस वार्ता करी, मेरे खिलाफ तमाम दुष्प्रचार किया ईडी ने, इसलिए ईडी के तमाम अधिकारियों के खिलाफ, इनके डायरेक्टर एसके मिश्रा के खिलाफ, इनकी अधिकारी जिसने इस पे दस्तखत किया है भानुप्रिया के खिलाफ, इनका आईओ जोगेंद्र सिंह के खिलाफ डिफेमेशन का केस करूंगा, आपराधिक मानहानि का मुकदमा करूंगा, इनको बेनकाब करूंगा।